My wife Donna, peering over the gun case.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Good to be here. No, not too bad, not too bad. It's warmer than I expected. Yeah, it's beautiful. We've just arrived at the Bariloche Airport, and although you can hear the airplanes, look at this beautiful, beautiful country all around us. This is the beginning of our Patagonia adventure. We're going to be visiting Estancia Baguales, San Ramon, Alacura, and then we're going to make a journey into the national park. So come along with us. This is one of the great concentrations of free-ranging red stag and some really good ones out there. And we're going to start our journey off to the west, and let's see what we can find.
Estancia Baguales is a 5,000-acre property which occupies the tip of Peninsula Huemul. It's a late arrival to the hunting lodge, which is strategically located on top of the mountain.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Your hunting house here on Estancia Baguales reminds me so much of a chalet that I used to hunt in the Tyrolean Alps. And the funny thing is, we were hunting red stag there, and of course that's where they're native. But the red stag is probably the most important animal here in Patagonia, isn't it?
Yes, Craig. I think by far the red stag is the most important hunting species for the whole Patagonia. Most of the other species, other than the cougar, are not game.
Both men trade notes late into the first night. Morning arrives way too soon as Craig and Cano San Antonin, owner of Four Seasons Adventures and operator of Estancia Baguales, begin to scout the peninsula. Below them is one of the biggest lakes in South America, the impressive Nahuel Huapi, which stands for Tiger Island in Mapuche, the native tongue of the region's first inhabitants. It is possible the Indians refer to the pumas when naming this place. The big cats are going to play a part in the day's activities.
Now, we've just seen 4 cougars. Now, at the start of the morning, we know we've already got 2 problems. It's way too warm for this time of year, and we've got the full moon. So this is probably a tough few days unless it cools off. But now we've just seen 4 cougars, and that explains why we didn't see any deer. That's okay. They're out there, a lot of tracks, and we heard one roar early this morning, so probably this afternoon will be a little bit better. But right now, I think the cougars have this particular piece of ground, and we better leave it to them.
That's probably the mother. That must have been one of the calves there.
Cubs for sure.
Go down. A bunch of cats.
Yeah.
Whole family.
Never seen a herd of big cats like that before.
The pumas, the full moon, and the unusual heat frustrated the morning's hunt. To make up for it, the party indulges in one of the region's specialties, lamb, also known as Cordero Patagónico. Evaristo, one of the guides at the estancia, accompanies Craig for the afternoon hunt. A roar is heard, and then some movement. Adrenaline begins to flow. Later on, more suspicious noises coming from the woods. But all the fuss is nothing but a herd of baguales. The word bagual is Spanish for wild cattle, and the abundance of these animals have given the name to the estancia.
Well, we came pretty close tonight. The wind got a little messy at dark, and that's the way it goes. And of course, this beautiful moon behind us is our biggest problem right now, but sure makes it nice to go home in the dark because you can see your way without a flashlight.
The long walk home in the dark is rewarded with a sophisticated dinner, followed by a fireside chat about the quality of red stags in this peninsula.
Here, the wonderful thing about it is you actually have a choice, because there's a tremendous amount of free-range red stag hunting where they're natural. They were introduced 80 to 100 years ago, and they've just continued to breed and to spread. And then you have other places where there's enclosures where they've been very carefully monitoring the bloodlines and trying to improve the quality. And so there really is a choice here in Argentina.
Yeah, you're right. The widespread in the Patagonia, and some places they do it on closed and they work on genetics. But here at the peninsula, we're under regulations of national parks, so we don't work on genetics, and we are really fur chase oriented.
Night 2 is a wrap, and the second day begins on horseback at 6 a.m. The men will need these animals for a longer trek out to the furthest point on the peninsula. The guide has hopes to run into a previously scouted bull. The stag appears. Craig hones in on him with his binoculars, but it's just a 10-pointer. He knows Estancia Baguales has bigger bulls to offer. He'll hold off for the right one. It's a long way back to the lodge, but the second day had gotten off to a better start, having seen several stags during the morning hours. Craig is back at the lodge when Ken Meyer, fellow hunter and director of the Nevada Department of Wildlife, appears with a surprise.
Hey, Ken, you got us set up for a barbecue.
Perfect size for the barbecue.
All right. Well done. Congratulations. That's perfect for the barbecue.
Yeah, it's going to be wonderful.
All right.
Wonderful. And he said about a 2-year-old pig.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's wild dogs over most of this country, but I sure haven't seen much sign here. That's great.
Yeah, just take that opportunity when it happens.
Absolutely. Well done. What did you shoot it early?
Yeah, it was actually just shooting time. You could barely see
Cool.
through the scope there pretty well, and stopped. The pig started to run, and he grunted. It stopped and made a good shot, and
That's good.
fell over in the bush. And
Hey.
next thing you know, we're going to be pig for lunch.
Absolutely. Take the chance when you get it. Well done,
Thanks.
man.
All right.
Well, this morning we took the horses kind of up to the base of the peninsula, and we heard a few stags, and we saw a few. And I saw a good one, but he's across on the neighbors.
The neighbors, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the highest part of the whole peninsula.
Okay.
That's-
Okay. And then this afternoon now we're about down where the peninsula narrows out.
Yeah, right where it gets into the lake.
Okay, and we'll take the horses up on top and
Yeah, on the mountain that's right back up.
Okay.
We'll go from left to right and do some hunting up there.
all right, well, you know, it's been a wonderful couple of days and I've enjoyed the weather very much, but the stags don't like it very much.
Don't like this warm
No,
weather.
they've got their heavy coat and they're hot.
Yeah, usually you're never at this
No,
time of the
nothing.
year wearing this kind
No,
of gear.
certainly not. But now look at the clouds coming in. This weather's changing.
Yeah.
The weather has definitely turned. Conditions are now ripe to go after the big bull. It won't be long before he starts roaring. Horses are left behind as Craig and Gano enter the thick brush, hot after the stag. The bull suddenly appears in a saddle where Kano had seen him a few days before. It was a perfect spot for a stag to roar.
Hey Craig, down there's the stag. See?
Yeah, I see the antlers.
Yeah, he's feeding over there.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's a shootable
Okay,
stag.
let's see if we can get a little
Yeah,
closer.
yeah, and we need a full body there. and go behind you.
Okay, I'm set.
Yeah, be ready. Here's where you got it. It ran this way down. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Good.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, he really is. That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Welcome. You were fast, took the right decision at the right time.
Well, that's I had a good look at him, but he was behind trees
Yeah.
when I first saw him.
Yeah, I saw him going. I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
And then he moved behind the trees, and we needed to move our position, but we
Well,
did
he's
a
a
good.
perfect 12.
We did a good
Yeah,
job on
he's
it.
a perfect 12, and that's he just went downhill until he ran into a tree. Perfect.
It was a very good shot. Very good shot. Okay, how do you like the last 2 days? Finally, we got some.
Well, you know, this has been a tough hunt, but now anytime you're successful with a great animal in just 2 days, it ain't that hard. But this was difficult, and you know, a lot of things against us. We had the full moon. It's too warm, and so that didn't help. But they're here. You knew they were here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we saw the tracks. We heard them every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, the rut's just getting started. We're
Yeah.
a little bit early.
Yeah, a little bit
But,
early.
and the other thing is, you know, this is free range stag hunting, and it's not for everybody. When you're hunting them the real deal in the mountains, anything can happen.
The Baguales journey is now over, but the Patagonia adventure continues deep inside the national park, as a tented camp has been set up and awaits Craig and Donna Boddington.